I'm Ant Hampton, and one of the two co-artistic directors of Rotozaza.
The reason why we're here with Rotozaza and these three pieces, actually we have to blame Caitlin Green to an extent, the director of the Gallery of Contemporary Art. She approached me with the idea of partnering the Gallery of Contemporary Art and Theatre Works on presenting this company called Rotozaza. I had no idea what Rotozaza was, what they did. I didn't know what the word meant.
I'm a theatre director and a writer and a performance maker, and I usually collaborate with other people on the projects that I do. And for the last 10 years, I've been working together with Silvia Mercuriali, who's Italian, and she's my collaborator in Rotozaza. The Rotozaza started in '98 as it was a piece I did in the south of France. In some ways, it was experimental and untraditional, but at least it was it was rehearsed theatre. Rotozaza, we sort of took various turns, and there was a development over the years, and one of the big moments was when I was invited to do something in Paris, and I was trying to figure out what to do, and I knew that I had a friend there called Henri, and I thought perhaps if I could just tell him live in the actual space what to do bit by bit, and record a whole series of instructions and give it to him live, and that the audience knew that he was taking them live and that nothing was prepared. I thought that might be quite interesting. It was an extraordinary experience for us. It was a big discovery, and it was something that I didn't fully understand for another couple of years. And after a long time of doing that, we started to listen more and more to the guest performers who would always say what an interesting experience it was to just give up responsibility like that and to just do what they were told for a moment. We thought, well, maybe we can give the audience this experience, and we came up with etiquette as a way of doing that.
It really is a perfect combination of two different disciplines, if you will, theater and visual art, into a single package, where now the audience becomes the performer is the audience, and it's quite a cunning device. Not the least of which, of course, is that all of these pieces have a wonderful beauty about them.
The Show at Sugars is etiquette, and that's a piece for cafes, for two people to do together. And it was the first piece that we call Autotheatre, and was the sort of breakthrough into this idea of making theatre with no actors, and where the audience perform it themselves, and it works by two of you sitting down at the table, putting headphones on, and the headphones tell you what to say to each other and also give you little instructions for actions. It's a half-an-hour experience which goes by pretty quickly and takes you into all kinds of different spaces, in and out of the cafe in a sense. And then the other thing that is rewarding in a way and enjoyable about the piece is that you're doing it in a public space, and yet very quickly you find yourself inside this private little bubble. And it's similar to what happens when you have a good conversation with someone. You start to forget about your surroundings, and it can go on for hours, and it really takes you somewhere else, and then suddenly you're back in the cafe. So there's a real sense of being transported and then coming back with etiquette. Guru Guru is very different. It uses the same device, but we really tried to do something very different with it. We wanted to do a piece for 5 people, so it wasn't just 2 people, but a 5-person thing, and to put them in a room, so that it was a sort of an intense, screened off room experience. It sort of presents a sort of reverse history of psychoanalysis. It starts off as a kind of focus group, and we really look into the sort of horror of the focus group world and our consumer mindset and the society that we're in. The third piece is Wondermart. We did the research together in New York, and we were interested in placing the audience inside a supermarket and to give them an experience of pretending to shop, and through that experience to see what kind of perspectives opened up. And I suppose what we were really looking at was to try and expose some of the working ways and some of the mechanisms behind how supermarkets work and how they manage to convince us that certain things are worth buying when we don't actually need them. I think Silvia talks about it as a sort of journey of discovery. I mean, it's about a half-an-hour piece, and it takes you through a supermarket, and it's quite mischievous, but it doesn't ask you to do anything illegal, so we can relax about that.